Okay, so this morning I'm back. I'm really well organised for work, let me say, because I've been up since the crack of dawn, the time when nobody gets up apparently except for witches. So that just goes to show I have a witchy element. And I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot for your reading. This is a really old deck and you can see how old it is. Another one that I had a passionate affair with, but then got put away because I didn't want to completely ruin it. I love things to death, apparently. Okay, so we're going to do a third reading. I thought because both readings came out this morning and were very sort of similar, and so I thought I'd just have another look and see if we can get something for the people that doesn't apply to. So I'm going to specifically ask for something different. If Spirit chooses to send the same thing through again, then obviously it's a very strong energy. And I used to think, you know, people do ask, and I used to think, how does this happen? How can you have energy for so many people? Well, we are all the same energy. And as you start to awaken, you start to realize how closely connected we all are. And there are people that refuse to accept that and fight against it. But for the majority of us, we're all part of the same energy. And there seems to be I actually spoke to another psychic. Hello, Jules, if you're watching this. And I said to her, are you getting a lot of sort of strong relationships, even personal relationships, face-to-face readings at the moment, where people are sort of moving on from relationships and moving towards new ones? And she said, yes. And I thought, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because it's changed over the years, that's for sure. But I feel what's happening in the world now, people understanding how to follow their own heart, how to follow their own joy. And I feel like people aren't getting trapped in jobs and work and, you know, and relationships and other things anymore like they used to, because they know that now they have the opportunity to sort of trust and move on. So we have grown a lot. It's perhaps not always in good ways, but for some, we've grown in such beautiful ways. And that is one way where we've really started to understand our own personal power, what we have the power to do. Okay, and it's not hard to start again. It's not. You know, it's really, it's sort of a bit of a challenge, but it's really not. It just looks really horrible on the outside. All right, let's move in this reading. Haven't used this card for such a long time. I'm a little excited. Okay, so I have the King of Pentacles coming through here. And the King of Pentacles is a card that represents Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now, his energy is one of, you know, being very, he can be focused on his money. He has a very large pentacle behind him. Some of the guys will have a bit of a giggle that joined me on the daily diary. He's looking out towards the sky, though. He's not really focused on his money here. In many of the tarot decks, he's really watching his money. But I think someone here perhaps is feeling very comfortable where they are at the moment. I don't think they're as focused on their resources, on their material goods as they used to be. Maybe they don't hold the value for them as what they used to. Because it's almost like he's just looking to what else do I need in my life now. Perhaps, you know, I've got enough money. My resources are good. What else do I need in my life besides pink tights? But he's definitely looking out for something more. I do like those pink tights, though. I don't think they sell them for us. Okay, so we have the wish card coming through. So the wish card. Somebody is trying to bring in a wish here. Somebody is desperately looking at this wish. Somebody's wanting something new in their life, wanting a relationship, wanting a new job, whatever it is. So I don't think it's job. I think this person's quite financially secure. Whoever this is, they're looking for romance, I think, here. But there's a wish. And there's a choice to move in a different direction. So maybe this person is wishing, whoever this is, for an opportunity to move in another direction here. Okay, there seems to be an offer from a person with a very large pentacle. This person's got a peacock behind him. Do they all have peacocks? No, apparently not. Okay, so this person has a peacock with him. he wants to make an offer to someone here. And it's, even though it's coming by, you know, messenger, there seems to be a lot of thought and feeling going into this. It's very well thought out. Okay, so we have the World card here. So for some of you, you might be wanting to go on some sort of journey here with someone. This is a journey in this card today. Someone's had some sort of epiphany, some sort of wake-up call here, and is making a choice. After some stress, you're going to get the same reading, and going inside to move towards true love. You're going to get the same reading. Okay, let's see how we go. Doesn't matter, we'll have a go at it. Six of Swords came out one of the other readings too. The Six of Swords is a card that talks about moving away from troubled water into calmer times. Making a decision to move away from something that was no longer serving you. Somebody who's learned a lot of lessons or has done a lot of work here with all these swords, but is realizing the truth. All right, let's see how this one pans out. Okay, Five of Swords again. Now I'm going to get the same cards as well. Okay, winning the battle, losing the war. This is about someone's moved away from something here and contemplating making an offer, coming towards you. It's their wish. They've definitely moved away. Let's see how we go with the rest of the cards though. Okay, so we have a Knight of Cups coming in with an offer of love and stability with the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so we have the Star coming through, some sort of destiny here, and I think we read that in one of the other readings too. For some of you, this is a second chance or an opportunity at something that's coming around again, but this time there seems to be some sort of choice as to whether to move forward. We do have the Sun card coming through, so I think happiness with this, but we also have the Justice card coming through on the Judgment card. Oh boy, I've dug really deep with this reading now. Okay, I'm going to give you the lowdown here. This relationship or this situation is more than likely a twin flame situation. This is something that has been destined, and it's not meant for you to walk away from this. So if you felt that you were going to walk away, then maybe you will move on from something that actually is supposed to be for you. But that is your choice, of course. Somebody here is following destiny, is following their divine guidance. I have 4 major arcana sitting here: the Star, the Sun, Judgment, and Justice. And the Moon, which showed before that some sort of enlightenment had been given to this person. This person has something here that has been shown to them by the universe. This is a divine coupling or a divine relationship here. This is about 2 people coming back together after having some sort of awakening. So if you've had someone in your past and it's never anything abusive or nasty. This person, if you've had an abusive or nasty person in your past, it would be nothing to do with them. This is a person that generally you've met up with and you fell very, very heavily in love with them, and they with you. But due to the dynamics of this, the idea of that depth of love is to wake you from your slumber. It's to awaken you to who you really are. So both people are doing the same thing. They both mirror each other. They both heal each other, but it's generally from a distance. And then at some point in the future, they come back together when they've both done their healing. And it's been that way since the beginning of time. So I know some people go, oh, I don't believe in twin flames. Well, if you're not on a twin flame journey, you wouldn't. It's really hard to understand. And I have to talk to people all the time about how this is now your time to heal. It's not about the romantic involvement. It's not about the romantic relationship. This is a divine union that is here for you to come together with someone to move humanity forward. So it's a much deeper connection than just romance. And that's what I said, if people haven't done their work and they try to come back together, it just will fall apart again. And that's why a lot of people cycle in relationships, because they're not learning the lessons. This is extremely divine here, extremely potent union. It's rare to see those 4 cards come out, which all talk about something that needs to happen for something to go forward. You know, there's the 3D stuff around the relationship and the commitment. That's all there. But this is all 5D energy sitting here. It's about a choice now you need to make on whether you embrace this union or whether you move away from it. And for some of you, you may choose to walk away. But for others of you, it is a time to sit and listen, even if it's only closure you want from this situation. Some of you will choose to walk away. I could see that in the first reading. But for other people who are on this journey here, it may not be so easy to walk away. There has to be a lot of communication here. There has to be a lot of sorting through feelings, a lot of working through emotions. So we have the 8 of Swords coming through. So the 8 of Swords talks about being trapped in your mind, being trapped in your energy, with Temperance. So I have all these major arcanas here. There is going to be a lot of talking, thinking, emotions, and like a major eruption. But I do think that with the Sun here, it's all going to be very healthy and good. So it's possible for some of you that after talking through all this energy and going through all of this energy, that you will more than likely be able to close down the cycle and no longer go through it. So that's why you're getting closing cycles here. Something needs to be finished off that is unfinished business. The universe doesn't like unfinished business. That's why it's sometimes so hard to close the energies down when things aren't closed off properly. Take that one because it flipped over. I'm going to get a couple of these this time. All right, that one wants to come out too. Okay, so we have the card of Balance. Now, what I have to show you here is in this reading, we are talking Temperance, 2 of Pentacles. Balance and balance. Okay, so what the card is saying, love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And that's what I said, you have to go through a lot here to make sure that you're on the same page, because there's been hurt and pain. And it says here, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So there's definitely some sort of truth that needs to come to the surface here. Things need to be said, emotions need to be felt. Very, very huge energies. All right, I will finish it up by doing a romance oracle though. Then I pulled them out for a little while. Might as well use them while we're here. Oh, come straight. Okay. So the card that's come out is Forgiving and Learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there's very, very deep, passionate, true love here. But you've both got to work through the 3D energies first. So that's the energies around understanding why you've both gone through this experience, maybe discussing what you've gone through in that time, discussing any sort of feelings you've had from being apart from the person or from the breakup. And it's about forgiving and learning. But there's something very beautiful to be had from this. Oh, lost me Aussie Goddess. All right, have a great day. Thanks.